Ah, yes. It is time once again for the High Noon Hemp Show, which means it's noon Eastern Time on a Wednesday. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out, watching live, on demand, later on audio, whatever. Of course, a live video every Wednesday at noon on the Temptations Beach Facebook page, the Jedi Hemp YouTube channel, and at Temptations on Twitter. Of course, the podcast can be found on iHeartRadio, Google Play, and Podbean. Just search the High Noon Hemp Show. Seek and ye shall find, as they say. I'm Joe Clare. I do various things on the interwebs, podcasts, and such. You can check me out on Google or your favorite search engine. He is Beach, high above the Temptations in Sharonville, Ohio, in the thawing Cincinnati area. How are things in the world of Temptations on this much warmer day, Beach?
Thawing indeed. It is true. Finally seeing some green grass again, although
Yeah.
I have no problem with the snow. But yes, we are seeing some thaw as we move along. And I am watching, of course, on the YouTube stream. So if you're out there and you want to chat with me on the YouTube live stream, please do. And of course, we are available everywhere else. It's true, Beach. I am high above the Sharonville location. It's Wednesday. It's high noon. It's time for some hemp. Let's get on with it. Local news. I want to say that we are excited that Tohi Spa is Mary has moved the location. She's now in the Blue Ash area. Tohi Spa, we believe, and of course, I hate saying that anyone is the first in anything when it comes to the hemp industry. I really do. But I am pretty sure that Tohi Spa was one of, if not the first, all hemp spa that existed. Originally, we were down in Mad Adams, Ohio. And again, we're talking about using hemp linens. We're talking about using hemp products, all the skincare products were hemp, massage oil, whatever it is that she uses is hemp. Now, basically, all her massages are CBD massages. She uses CBD oil in all her massages. It's not an upgrade. It's just standard. For those of you that may be worried about any THC content when used topically, the CBD, THC, whatever little bit there is in there never makes it into the bloodstream. So, you can massage the whole body with CBD. And again, you won't ever have to worry about that small amount of THC, which you wouldn't fail a drug test anyway. It would take a lot more than what would be in any topical to do that. But it wouldn't matter because it doesn't make it to the bloodstream. That's the beauty of using a CBD topical or a THC topical for that matter. It's the fact that they don't make it to the bloodstream topically. So you can go to tohispa.com, check that out. Make an appointment if you're in the Cincinnati area. I think with stress and I do think that a lot more people are actually working out now. It's kind of funny how being quarantined, I think, actually encouraged more people to start working out, whether it was walking, running, light exercises, whatever it may be. I think that a lot more people are working out. So, of course, a massage is good for a sore body. But even if you don't really have a sore body, I truly believe in the therapeutic value of massage. I think that it has a lot more value therapeutically than a lot of things that doctors would have you do on a normal basis. Again, not a doctor, but medical massage is now accepted. Insurance companies now cover medical massages, and so if you can get a prescription from your doctor for a medical massage, then that's great. And it just shows that the medical world is in fact coming around or back around to the therapeutic value of massage. I know I have gotten out of sync with getting a massage, and I truly feel like, I am more in homeostasis with my body when I'm getting a massage on a regular basis than not. It's amazing what it does. I truly believe that it releases toxins. It just does so much, not just physically, but mentally. I believe if you take the time when you're being massaged to meditate, to concentrate on your breathing, then it is mentally therapeutic as much as it is physically therapeutic. And this I believed and have believed pretty much my entire adult life. For years and years, I regularly got a massage. And so, once again, if you're in the tri-state area and you're looking for a great massage therapist, because Mary is great, I'm not just saying that, maybe a little biased, but I truly believe that. Because not only is she well trained in many forms of massage, but she cares. Again, if you can go to one of these big box store massage places, which now exist, it seems like on every other corner, or did. I don't know how they're surviving during COVID. And they're going to run through the paces, but they don't care. They're not going to take the time to get to know you, or even take the time to feel what your body's going through, because that's the one thing I have found with massage therapists. A good one, you don't have to tell them what's wrong with you. If they give you a massage, they're going to know. They're going to know what muscles are tense. They're going to know what parts of your body need more attention than other parts, if they care, when they care. I truly believe that as well. And the one thing that I know about Mary, Tohi Spa, is that she cares. She's not just there to give you a massage and collect the money. She's there to take care of you so that when you leave, you're better, not just having had a massage. And I got that out of my massage therapist. And so I know how much you can appreciate that. It's kind of like being a tattoo artist or something. Okay, there's two types. There's one that can just give a tattoo. Anybody can give a tattoo. But then you have one that's an artist who's going to throw that extra art in. That's what it's like for massage therapists. You can find anybody can give anybody a massage. Okay, even if you've gone to school, but they just teach you the paces and but not all massage therapists take the time to evaluate and target and know what needs assistance in your body. But I truly believe, and that's why Mary's had clients for years and years and years and years and years as well. This is nothing new to her. We just moved the office up to Blue Ash. It's kind of more centrally located right now in Cincinnati. But you add on CBD to that, hemp oil and CBD, and you're just looking at even more therapeutic value to the massage itself, because the hemp oil is great for the skin. The CBD is going to tackle any type of, what we see with CBD. I'm not making a medical claim with people, is that it really helps with inflammation. So obviously, if you have any inflammation anywhere and you massage that CBD into there, that should help. And again, there's no upcharge for that. Every massage is a CBD massage at Tohi Spa. So go to tohispa.com, check out the website, get a hold of Mary, make an appointment, and get your body back in alignment from quarantine or stress or whatever it may be.
Yep, absolutely. Amy,
go ahead.
Checking in on Facebook, says she thought about scheduling with Mary. She needs to do that. She also says she believes in medical massage. She said, however, when you struggle with deep chronic pain, it hurts like hell, but after a couple days, ah. So there you go.
Oh yeah, no, I can tell you, you can experience a lot of pain being massaged,
Hmm.
but it does take that pain to release those whatever it is. And so, that is absolutely correct. When your massage therapist really is trying to not just go through the area that may be causing you pain, but trying to remove as much of that tension and inflammation as they can, it can be painful. It's true. Trust me, I have, especially being massaged by Mary, every once in a while she'll ask me, is that too much? And I'm like, it might be, but just keep going. Because you're right. You got to do that. You got to get through that to really, once again, get to the solution, which you're right, you may not start feeling until later in the day or day after or the next day. And so, yes, massages can be painful, but it's a beneficial pain.
Absolutely.
It's true. It's true. Um, all right, let's get on to the product spotlight. This first one is we've got fridges, glass front fridges in all the stores, and so I wanted to post a picture of all of the drinks that we have. Okay, so I believe we're approaching almost 50 uh, different selections of, and most of these, I'm going to say 98% of these are CBD. I don't think we have anything right now that just has hemp oil or hemp. I think they were using hemp seed oil in some drinks for a while, but we don't have any of those. All of these have CBD, ranging anywhere from 5 milligrams up to, I think some of them have 30 milligrams. Pick your flavor, pick your style. We got teas, sparkling water, all kinds of stuff to choose from. You can do a cola, a root beer, and so many different ways. And I will say that, again, I was down in O'Brienville working, and I had a gentleman come in, and he bought almost $60 worth of drinks. Him and his wife both use them for totally different reasons. She uses them for anxiety, and he uses them for post-workout. And so, once again, showing the diversity of the therapeutic value of CBD, and how you can get it right into your. I don't know how quickly that release system would be drinking it. Honestly, I'm gonna have to look into that. But I feel like it would be pretty quick as far as releasing into the system and getting into that endocannabinoid receptors that we have in our brain, and then back out again to where it's needed. This next one are the Dragonfly hemp pops. And again, there's 3 hemp pops in here, making each one of them 40 milligrams of CBD, which is a lot in the average opinion. But some people need that. Again, one of those before bedtime would be highly recommended. If you're looking for something like that. The next one, of course, we need soap still. We've got to be washing our hands. Keep washing your hands, folks. So this is the Inalie, I can never pronounce it right, soap. Handmade. It comes in a couple different scents: lavender, charcoal. I think just a pure Castile would just obviously be natural, no real scent to it. And still need soap in the world, that's for sure. Keep washing your hands, folks. Keep doing what you're doing. We are slowly getting through this thing, and soap helps. I swear. The next one is, again, another one of the new Delta 8 products that we have. Delta 8 is becoming very popular with our customers. This is just a tincture in a natural flavor. I don't know what that flavor is, but it probably doesn't taste good, so don't think that it will. But that's 1,000 milligrams of Delta 8. If you don't know about Delta 8, do a little research, see if it may or may not help, or be something that you would want to add to your lifestyle. It is becoming, like I said, very popular. Probably just in the last 4 months, 6 months, maybe, since it's hit the market. It is more on the. I don't know if there is any THC in there, because Delta 8 is more on the isolate game to begin with, because there's so little of it in the flower. So they're having to extract it and then put it into tinctures, vape pens. We're seeing it in gummies as well, because it isn't in high concentrates in the flower. So it's being extracted. That's really the only way to have a high amount of Delta 8 in anything, is to extract it from the flower. And so it is, more on, doesn't necessarily mean it's just Delta 8, but it's more on the lines of just being Delta 8, and then whatever they may or may not make. So we're seeing it, terpenes being added back into the products, and terpenes have their benefits as well. So there you have it, folks. 4 from the store, 1 from my door now on the product spotlight, as I like to say. This one literally just showed up today. I ordered it 4 months ago from the Ukraine, I believe it is. But this is my new hemp bed comforter. So I am super excited. I didn't think it was going to come because they said they shipped it like months ago. And then I finally said something. It was interesting because I finally posted something on eBay saying it never came. And then guess what showed up? So I am super excited to take this home and put this on the bed with my hemp sheets. My comforter now is not hemp, but I've had it for a very long time. But my sheets are. I do sleep in hemp sheets and hemp pillowcases, of course. I see my hemp bed being my one from the door next week. I don't know if I'm a fortune teller or not, but we'll just see. So there you have it, folks. 4 from the store, 1 from my door on the product spotlight here on the High Noon Hemp Show.
Indeed. Which, as always,
now
leads us into even more hemp. But this time, hemp and fashion. A lot of people watch this show just to learn how to dress. I know that. I know that they like all the other stuff, but they really come for the fashion tips and to see what kind of hemp ensemble Beach has put together, which is why I ask Beach about it every single week, like I'm about to do now, when I say, hey, what are you wearing, Beach?
On a what feels like spring day.
Yes.
It was actually 55 when I was coming in today. It's just unbelievable. Just unbelievable, honestly. I'm wearing kind of a spring-like outfit, that's for sure. My bandana is a crop circle bandana, I'm pretty sure. It's been a long time since I broke out these bandanas. But I'm pretty sure they were originally made by a company called Crop Circle. My Planet Hemp jacket on there. And then the T-shirt is, in fact, made by Crop Circle. You'll see in the news I'm talking about India a little bit. And India's been just out there recently for me. And, it's just what it is. I'll talk more in the news segment about that. Satori cargo pants with my head case briefs. Of course, my Green Springs technology pen in my pocket as always. Kind hemp socks, filling it down with a little bit of Adidas shell toes. Semi-classics. Not real old, but not real new either. So there you have it. If you were wondering, what are you wearing, Beach? Now you know.
Bam.
It is true. Oh, we got to start the news out on a sad note. Sad note in the hemp world. We have lost a true hemp warrior. Dion Margraf passed away just this week. Not a, you know, not a name that, unless you're in the circles, you may or may not identify. But what I find interesting, and I think I may have met him once over the years at somewhere. I'm not positive. He looks very familiar to me in all the pictures. I know the hemp world is mourning his loss. And again, I knew what he did from the things that he did more than it was him. When I go back and I learned, what he was really about. What I think is interesting is his life, his hemp life, somewhat parallels my hemp life, and the fact that in 1991 is when he kind of discovered cannabis while he was in college, which, as far as the hemp world goes, that's where I started my hemp research. Same time period, basically. And just recently, he was the vice president of communications for Hemp Technologies. I would implore anyone out there that is interested in hemp to go to the Hemp Technologies website. They have unbelievable amount of information. He was doing a great job communicating and putting the knowledge out there through Hemp Technologies. And so it's a sad loss. He was obviously young, and that's the worst of it. But a true hemp warrior, most of his life, as definitely all of his adult life, dedicated to getting us to the day that we are now here celebrating when it comes to industrial hemp in the world, and still trying to take us further, because I believe he also knew, just like all of us did, that we're not even close to being done. He had dedicated most of his existence to hemp in the construction part of it, if I have seen correctly. And this has become one of the most important aspects of driving industrial hemp, true industrial purposes, and using hemp in the United States and worldwide. I mean, I have said for years that after giving my production or giving my educational speech, I have more questions or more correspondence, more interest in hemp construction than any other subject. Any other subjects. And it fascinates me because hemp food is so nutritionally great for us. Hemp fiber is such a great replacement for cotton and all these things. But recently, in the last 2, 3, 4 years, when I start to talk about hemp construction, it is amazing how people are interested in. When you go to Hemp Technology, that's what Hemp Technologies is pretty much dedicated to, is educating on hemp construction materials, as well as other industrial hemp stuff, but mostly the hemp construction. If you want to know about hempcrete or any of those things, once again, I definitely believe you should go to the Hemp Technologies website, and know that Dion was responsible for, I'm sure, a lot of that content. It was his job, and a fabulous job at that. So we mourn his loss. It truly sucks when a hemp warrior passes, because I know our voices are few and far between, especially the ones that have dedicated their lives. I can say that they stood up for 30 years for this plant. There's not a whole lot of us out there. It's true. And so to lose just one, is a terribly, terribly sad day. So let's take 20 seconds to remember. For 20 seconds, we remember Dion Margraf for everything he did in the hemp world.
Indeed.
Okay, let's move on to some better, little bit better stuff. Here's a pic of the hemp eyewear. This was actually from an article on eco-friendly sunglasses. I have, and I'm going to be breaking mine out soon enough. I just got some new contacts, and so I'm going to be breaking out my hemp eyewear. But the frames, obviously, as you can see, are hemp. And again, you can tell they're hemp. And they have, I'm going to venture to say, maybe 5 or 6 different frames now, and so they continue to do what they're doing, and advancing, coming out with new frames. And I have seen this, and I am hopefully going to do this eventually with a pair of mine, but you can put prescription lenses in these frames. I don't know if mine will go in there because I have very poor vision and my glasses are somewhat thick. But I am definitely going to look into it, as far as trying to get a pair of my frames, possibly prescription, because that would be super, super cool. There's no doubt about that. Here's a little bit of that India news I was talking about. A company called Hemp Kari offers natural hemp-based fabrics with traditional hand embroidery done by local artisans in the Lucknow and nearby villages. This is kind of interesting to me because when I was in India, we flew from New Delhi to Lucknow. And then from Lucknow, we drove to one of those villages. It was, going out to the actual villages. And again, you look on a map of India, Lucknow is like middle of nowhere, India. And then we drove for an hour, I believe, at least, or 2 to get to the village that we were going to. And so to know that, I don't know that, obviously, I don't know where these villages are. It could be any village around Lucknow, which is in the middle of India. But I think it's fascinating that they actually brought up Lucknow and whatnot, just because that's a little bit of my history when I was in India, and I just absolutely loved India. In all honesty, it's kind of fun that the tops are delivered in plastic-free packaging, and they use tags made of hemp paper as well. And so again, the whole thing, the whole idea, is about using hemp economically, and making it environmentally, and again, less water. So in India, they get their floods, but then they also get a drought, and so it's like too much water, not enough water, too much water, not enough water. And so they have to balance that out with any crops that they grow anywhere, which has been a constant struggle in India for thousands of years. And they've gotten it pretty managed well. And I'm glad to see that they're using more cannabis for hemp. If you don't know, the Himalayas are known for cannabis. The Tibetan Plateau is right above India, I think. I might have to look at that on a map again. And that is where the hemp originated from. So it's no surprise that it is in India. And what I thought was fascinating is we were in the village, and we were at the chief's house. There was one cannabis plant growing out there. Just one. It wasn't, there wasn't a whole lot of them, but there was one right out inside of the house. Of course, he called it ganja. And so they may have been growing it for medicine or celebratory reasons, not obviously for industrial purposes. But I'm glad to see that India is getting into the hemp game, because if they do it proper, and that's what they like to say, we do it proper, then there will be a lot of hemp products on the shelves coming from India soon. No doubt about that. Here's a fun one. I think I might have brought up this vodka, possibly. I don't know. I feel like I talked about a liquor out of Texas that had hemp in it,
Seems
But
kind of familiar.
I think that, yeah, this picture, I just had to post this picture because I love it. Because it's called Highway Vodka. They're in this truck with all these hemp plants on it. And I think that that would raise the eyebrows of a lot of people going down the road, you know, I mean, just for the marketing alone. But I love it. You know, I'm gonna have to look in to see if I can actually get it delivered to here if they do that. But they're calling themselves Texas' first hemp-based vodka, which is most probably true. To at least say Texas is. I know that there have possibly been some others across the country before, but you know, I just love their marketing. I don't know if we should promote Highway Vodka, but I'm promoting this Highway Vodka because it's hemp based. So, but
Agreed.
drink responsibly. Do not drive,
Yes. Do not drink
please,
vodka on the highway.
please.
That's not what it means.
Do not drink vodka on the highway. That is correct. They're not implying that you should do that. That is just the name of the vodka. Um, so I just found this, but I'm gonna go online and see if they actually ship or what their story is there. Find out what part of Texas they're in. Um, this is I was talking about fibromyalgia just a couple weeks ago, and the University of Michigan had a survey that was exploring fibromyalgia and CBD. 2,700 participants. Okay, not a small amount, not a huge amount, not a small amount though. That's the important part to me. 38 had never used CBD. 32% were currently using CBD, and 29% had tried it. Um, and so, of those that were using CBD to treat the condition, they reported that it helped to improve individual symptoms by much or very much. So, you know, also important there. And then specifically, and this is kind of interesting how this breaks down, but specifically 30% say it did help with the pain. 40% say that it helped with the insomnia and sleep issues. 40% for anxiety. 20% say it helped with fatigue. 32% for depression. And 21% for memory and clarity, and then 43% for other symptoms. So obviously there's a crossover there. That doesn't equal 100%. It's like I didn't add all those up, but obviously there's a crossover there where it was also helping people with multiple things. You know, just by looking at those numbers, because those numbers add up to about 200%, that obviously means that it wasn't just helping 40% for insomnia, but it was also helping maybe 20% for insomnia, 20% for and anxiety or whatnot. And so obviously it was helping people with multiple side effects that are on the list, not just the one. And again, that's a decent amount of people, in my opinion. That's roughly 900 out of the survey that were currently using the CBD, and then those are their benefits there. And so, again, positive studies, once again, showing the therapeutic value of CBD. Here's a fun one. I've talked about the Levi, the tonized Levi, which I think is funny. They have released a new line with Ganny. I guess it's a designer. Did you get that shirt?
Indeed, I
Did I
did.
send that over? Okay. I think it's great that they're using hemp, which they say allows for less water and pesticides to be used. And they're also using hemp from rain-fed crops. So using even less water because they're not even using water to water the hemp. If you don't know, it takes a lot of water just to process cotton to get it into a t-shirt. Now they are using a cottonized process to convince you that this stuff is soft. You know, the rumor was it's 100% hemp is tough to make soft without washing a lot and using a lot. It is true. And so they've got this cottonized hemp, and so it's going to feel like a cotton shirt, cotton pants. When it comes to jeans, it honestly does not matter. They don't need to cottonize the hemp jeans. I know this for a fact. I think the worst of everything that they're doing is they've made a shirt that no one's going to buy.
It's not a great looking shirt.
I mean, why can't they just come out with a line of T-shirts that are cottonized hemp, for that matter? I love it. Again, I can only hope that the jean look and upperwear comes back. But come on, Levi, come on, Yanni. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm offended at the fact that, and then what we're going to hear 6 months from now is no one's buying these shirts, and now they're not going to make any more cottonized hemp stuff. And I'm like, we'll start with a design that people are going to buy.
Looks like something you would buy for your grandmother.
I mean,
absolutely.
It does, in fact, look like something that my mom would have worn in the 80s. There's no doubt about it. Because she would wanted to feel like traditional. I mean, that's 100% 80s jeans looking old. I don't want to say old, grandmother like look.
Yes. Amy in the Facebook chat also says she was going to comment on the extreme ugliness, especially of the collar.
Yeah, again, it's just so upsetting that they've come up with a great idea for a fabric, and then they designed a shirt that is just absurd looking. And this is the fashion industry for you. Because if you go to a runway fashion event, there is not one piece of clothing that a normal, average person would wear. And the funny thing is, it's not even something that an abnormal, unaverage person would wear. It's no one would wear it unless you're in a certain very small genre of fashionistas.
Does have a lot of storage space? So there you go.
Yeah.
The pockets. You want to hold things in your ugly shirt.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, you got nice pockets. It should last forever. So, in 30 years, when jean upperwear comes back again,
that's right.
It'll still be in your closet and doing just fine.
Buy now and wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see if Mary wants one of these.
I'm sure she
I'm gonna guess no.
Yes.
I think she might even. Yeah, she might even be offended if I was to buy her one. She's like, "Oh, what are you trying to dress me as?" So, anyway, thank you, Levi and Gatti, for using hemp, 100% hemp, using less water to make this hemp, making it feel like cotton so people want to wear it, and then designing a shirt that.
Yeah, my first thought when I saw the picture
My mom
I was like, "Wow, that is awful."
Yeah, awful.
I don't know anything about fashion, but I know that's awful.
Yeah, it's absurdly absurd. But there it is. And again, this is Levi's, I believe, second line of cottonized hemp, and of course they're pairing with this designer to make these, and so it can only be hopeful. And again, I still don't understand why they're not just trying to release, say, a regular line of jeans for men and women in this, or maybe even like a jean jacket. I like the idea of jean wear coming back and being cool again, but let's do it more logically. I'd love to have a cottonized hemp jean jacket. Cottonized hemp jean jacket, but that shirt. Whew. Anyway, all right. I'm done. Last little bit of news: the Hemp Feed Coalition has submitted an application to federal regulations with the goal of bringing hemp seed cake and meal into the animal feed market. Again, this was introduced. They were trying to do this in Colorado, and I never found out what the results were. If we can get hemp feed approved federally, this is once again to me, exponentially makes grain-fed poultry, meat, fish, whatever you want to feed grain. If you're feeding your livestock grain, adding hemp to that grain is an unbelievable benefit. Once again, the protein, the omegas, all the vitamins are beneficial to that animal. Chickens love it. I know this for a fact. As you throw hemp seed down, and the chickens will eat every bit of that hemp seed as quickly as they can. It's slowly trying to be introduced into the cattle industry, which is where this approval would help exponentially as well. Because again, much corn, the reason they feed cattle to corn, I believe, is because that makes like the fat, and the fat is the taste, and so I think the hemp provides you with maybe they can get rid of all the steroids and the antibiotics and all the crap that they give these animals now, and then you put it on your plate and eat it. We can start getting rid of that stuff by feeding them hemp, because again, the protein content alone was great for their diet. All the minerals and vitamins is beneficial to any animal, in my opinion. Most mammals, I should say, and birds. Birds love hemp seed. And so having federal approval to feed your livestock hemp grain jumps the game up huge. I mean, if you're smart enough to start doing it when you can, you are going to start producing a superior product. I guarantee that. I shouldn't guarantee that. I'm mostly guaranteeing that. I don't know what I'm guaranteeing that. I'm not backing that up with anything more than make it so. Prove me wrong. How about that for a guarantee? Prove me wrong. And so we'll keep our eyes on that one, in all honesty, because that's a game changer. Being able to feed livestock hemp grain is a game changer in the livestock world, no matter what you're doing. I guarantee it. Got a couple of some events here going on. March is finally here. So we've got the Show Me Hemp Conference March 1st, bringing the market to you at the Doubletree in Jefferson City, Missouri. Then March 5th here in Ohio. This is something that if you're going to grow in Ohio, you probably want to check this out. Central State and the Ohio State University Extensions are presenting the 2021 Land Grant Virtual Hemp Conference, looking back to plan for the future. And they're going to do talks on growing all forms, the economics, pest management, licensing, very important in the state of Ohio. And so I feel like I said I was going to get this information up on the website, and I didn't. I will do that today, I promise. There is an email and a phone number for this, and I will get it up on the website today. March 18th and 19th, you have the second annual Michigan Cannabis Industrial Marketplace Expo. This is in Frankenmuth, Birch Run, Michigan. It's at the Frankenmuth Credit Union in Birch Run, Michigan. March 25th, 27th, it's slowly approaching. You got NOCO. Make your plans. Figure out how to get there. If you want to get to the biggest, bestest hemp expo of them all, then you want to get to NOCO. I promise you that. I don't know if I can guarantee it. Same guarantee. Prove me wrong. April 7th. Mark this date. This is Charlotte Fiji, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name because she will always be Charlotte. It will be her day. Charlotte passed away. If you don't know the story of Charlotte, Charlotte was basically the young girl who proved CBD should be available to anyone that wants to use CBD. Charlotte's Web, the strain was specifically, it started out in Colorado as basically what you would call a THC strain, just like most of them, where they bred most of the THC out, brought the CBD up, and used it for seizures. Charlotte passed away in the last year or so. And, well, it was, I believe, April 7th, if I remember the article, was the day she passed away. So her mother is organizing this, or is behind this. Again, trying to advocate for CBD use even now, because of how it changed Charlotte's life for as long as it did. And it was a long time. And so we mourn the loss of Charlotte, but I will never forget, never ever, how that little girl changed the face of industrial hemp. And you know, it is what it is. So April 7th will be Charlotte's Day, officially in Colorado, and we should celebrate it worldwide. No doubt about it. So that's it. That gets us pretty much out there for a couple months with some events. I didn't get any questions. I feel like my beach thoughts were pretty much included in the show today, as I believe I ranted on at least more than one subject. You know, the only thing I can do to end the show on my beach thoughts is the same thing that I did to start the show. If you are in the Cincinnati area and you are looking for a great massage therapist who uses hemp CBD, then you want to get to tohispa.com and get a hold of Mary and get yourself an appointment, and enjoy is all I can say. Without a doubt. I am envious of anyone that can get a massage, especially from Mary, because she is great at it. And I'm not just saying that. It is true. And you will know. I guess I could guarantee that with the same guarantee. Prove me wrong. I suppose that's all my guarantee can be backed up with is prove me wrong. Again, that's tohispa.com. If you are in the tri-state area coming to visit, who knows? Whatever you want to do, check them out. Check them out for sure. That's all I got, folks. So remember this: reduce, reuse, recycle. Make everything else out of hemp. Having temptations?
See you all next week.